Hello everyone, another time to kill test. I was curious how quickly Meteor's size 5 ballistic cannons can destroy ships. I will test Meteor with her size 5 cannons, Meteor with her size 3 laser cannons, Meteor with all weapons, and for comparison a Saber with penta laser repeaters. Damage of Meteor's ballistic cannons is a bit strange. Why did I write 2 times 2 times 1360? Because she has 2 size 5 cannons, and 1 trigger pull gives you 2 shots from each cannon. Projectile speed of Meteor's size 5 ballistic cannons is not exactly fantastic, only 840 meters per second. Spread is very low. There are issues with the ballistic cannons. You cannot just keep the trigger pulled. I'm now pulling the trigger. I only get 2 shots. You get 2 shots each trigger pull. I have to release the trigger. Fire again. And if you want to fire multiple times at the same target, you have to get a good rhythm, which is not easy. So you most likely won't reach full DPS. Keep in mind, each trigger pull is 2 shots. But then you have to find the right rhythm to continue firing. If you want to use all guns, yes, those guns have very different projectile speeds, but if you are close to a target, why not give it all you have? You will lose a lot of DPS on your laser cannons because you have to release the trigger in between the shots, otherwise your ballistic cannons will only fire once. So you have to do something like this, and you're losing a lot of DPS on your energy cannons. Target error, only ballistic cannons. Okay, this was just 2 shots, 1 trigger pull. FL-33s with full power 2 guns. Gladius, only cannons. Gladius, only FL-33 with full power 2 guns. Okay, waiting for capacitors. Waiting for full. Another sound bug. Maybe it helps when I leave pilot seat and go back on. Nope, it's everywhere. Now cannons and FL-33, there's a problem. I have to release trigger, otherwise I only get 2 shots of the cannon. 1 trigger pull gives you 2 shots. Yeah, not easy. Let's try this. Yeah, not any faster than just using cannons. Freelancer only using cannons. I still have the sound bug. Freelancer with only FL-33s with full power 2 guns. Waiting for capacitors, shields at 33 all around. Shields are down. And kill. Freelancer with full guns. I don't get the best out of FL-33s because I have to release the trigger, otherwise the ballistic cannons only fire 1 time. Andromeda, only ballistic cannons.
Check fire. Check fire. Check fire.
Andromeda, only FL-33s with full power 2 guns.
Check fire.
Have to wait for capacitors, shield front 52.
Check fire.
Shield front 25.
Check fire.
Shield front 0.
Check fire.
Shield front 0, I don't see any red areas yet.
Check fire.
Now front is red.
Check fire.
Front red, front shield face is down.
Check fire.
And now with full guns, again I don't get the best out of FL-33s because I have to release the trigger, otherwise the ballistic cannons only fire one time.
Check fire. Check fire. Check fire.
For comparison, I have now a Saber with 4 size 3 pentalaser repeaters, full power 2 guns. And look at the orientation. This started with PS on 3.18, we are straight on, head on, but on HUD and MFD, arrow is tilted. Gladius. Freelancer. Waiting for capacitors. Shields of Freelancer are down. Andromeda. Capacitors, shields front at 9. Shields front down, front is red. And here's our data. Meteor, only ballistic cannons, error one-shotted. Gladius, 2 trigger pulse, 2.4 seconds. Freelancer, 5 trigger pulse, 9.1 seconds. Andromeda, 9 trigger pulse, 16.8 seconds. Meteor, only laser cannons FL-33, error 2.5 seconds. Gladius, 13.7 seconds because I had to wait for capacitors, and this with full power, 2 guns. Freelancer, 30.2 seconds, 2 times waiting for capacitors. Andromeda, 81.4 seconds, 6 times waiting for capacitors. Meteor with all weapons pretty much on same level with just using ballistic cannons, because in order to keep firing your ballistic cannons, you have to release the trigger and pull it again, so you don't get a lot out of your laser cannons. Saber with pentalaser repeaters, error 2.4 seconds. Gladius 4.1 seconds. Freelancer 17.6 seconds, one time waiting for capacitors. Andromeda 31.9 seconds, two times waiting for capacitors. Cledio's result with FL33 was really bad, I had to wait for capacitors, and this with full power two guns. While Pentalisar repeaters could destroy Cledios without waiting for capacitors. Freelancer FL33 30.2 seconds, but with Pentalisar repeaters only 17.6 seconds. FL33 Andromeda 81.4 seconds, but with Pentalisar repeaters only 31.9 seconds. Yeah, at the moment FL33 seemed to be a really bad choice. In case you are wondering, why didn't you put Pentalisar repeaters on the Meteor? Well, I did in the previous patch, and as a consequence, I lost the ballistic cannon, says an IC report. I had to delay this test one full patch, so I didn't want to risk this again. This is not a simulation of a real fight, this is a time to kill test under ideal conditions. Stationary targets, very short distance. All tests done with full power, two weapons. Someone will write, you always waited for full capacitors, even if only a few more shots would have destroyed the target. I always wait for full capacitors to compare the results to other tests. While waiting for capacitors to charge, Andromeda shields sometimes regenerated a bit. In a real fight it is useful to keep the shields of your target busy, but I wanted to wait for full capacitors. Meteor's ballistic cannons can one-shot small ships, but projectile speed is slow. This means it is hard to hit small ships in a real fight. However, there are always opportunities to jump on a target that is not aware of being attacked. RS1 was nerfed because it could do just that, one-shotting small ships that were not in active fight. Why is the same thing acceptable for Meteor? Thanks for watching. And see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, now we have a secondary explosion and now everything is destroyed. But Flicker is fine. Flicker is moving around. Flicker didn't take any damage. Okay. Why? Flicker was standing in the middle and didn't take any damage.
Not because our physics code is terrible, in fact, it's great.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.